guys, when we were looking for a fifth wheel, one of the biggest factors for us, since we're going to be full-time living in it, was laundry. So there's three of us. Dylan, he's a kid, so he goes through a lot of laundry. The job that I work with batteries, battery acid, dirt and stuff gets all over my clothes. So obviously we needed a way that we could handle our laundry. We're not fans of laundromats. That's expensive. It's time consuming. There's a lot of other ways we'd rather spend our time. So when looking for a fifth wheel, it seemed like the only units we could find that really had a washer and dryer were the really large ones. They'd be really big, and those were obviously bigger than we wanted to go, heavier than we wanted to go. So when we found the 28BH, it checked off every box except the laundry. So what we came up with, after doing some research, we saw some other people kind of using this. So this is what we came up with. This is the Best Choice. That's the brand of it. Best Choice twin tub washing machine. So how this little bad boy works: on the left side is the wash tub, and then on the right side you have a spin dryer. So obviously you can tell it's very small, it's very compact, it fits inside the shower. So we were a little skeptical as to how well this thing would actually work. It was $100. We bought it from Walmart online, and figured, for $100 we'd give it a shot. I mean, we're going to spend more than $100 going to a laundromat all the time to try to take care of our laundry. So we figured we'd give it a shot and see what happens. So turns out it works great. So we're going to give you just a real quick demonstration of how this thing works, how we handle our laundry, and hopefully this will help some of you guys out. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put some laundry in here. You can wash about 10 pieces of clothing if we're talking about shirts, undergarments, socks. If it's lightweight shorts, maybe even on some lightweight pants. 10 articles of clothing is what you can put in here to where it'll actually wash it and then rinse all the soap back out. So that's what we'll start with. Go ahead and load some laundry in here. And for the record, I'm doing this for demonstration purposes. Erica handles a lot of our laundry duties. So we got our laundry in there. Now we're going to go ahead and add just a little bit of soap. And just a tiny bit of soap. So, I don't know if you can see that too good, but we're just going to put just a little bit of soap in there. This thing doesn't require a lot of soap. And if you put too much soap in there, what actually ends up happening is it doesn't rinse out of the clothes all the way, and your clothes end up being kind of crunchy after they dry. I've got this in the shower, so we just pull down our shower head and we fill her up. Alright, so now we've got what you want to do is just fill the water up until it covers the clothes. And then you've got 3 separate dials up here. This is your timer. You're going to set this on standard, or if you got some delicate stuff in there, you can set it to soft. So you want this on standard, and then when it's time to dry, then you'll use your spin timer. So pretty much that's it. We're ready to wash. Spin this around. We typically wash for about 12 minutes, and this is what happens when you turn that on. So it's just going to oscillate back and forth for the 12-minute cycle. And we found that this actually does a really good job getting the clothes clean. Like I said, we had to play with the soap levels, the amount of soap that we use a little bit, just to make sure everything is able to rinse out. So we'll give this thing 12 minutes. We'll come back, we'll drain the soapy water out, then we'll refill it with fresh water. We'll run a rinse cycle for 12 minutes, and then they'll be ready for the spin dryer. Alright, we got the 12-minute wash cycle done. So now what we're going to do is come in here, and we're just going to turn this to drain. So we're going to turn that over to drain, and then we have our drain hose laying just in the bottom of the shower. You can see it there. We'll show you how that works here in just a second. So, but you can see, you can see the water in there. Clearly, the water's dirty, so it's washed the clothes. There's some soap suds in there. So, first thing we're going to do, turn this to drain. All that water's going to rush out of there. So obviously having full hookups is a big benefit, when you're doing this kind of stuff. But another nice thing about this washer is it doesn't use a tremendous amount of water, so even though you have to fill it back up and run the rinse cycle, it doesn't use a ton of water. So if you're staying somewhere like we are right now, where we only have a water and electric hookup, you can still do a few loads of laundry. We have a portable tank that we can dump into and go down to the dump station. So it doesn't use a ton of water, and that's a benefit. So after all your water is drained out, you're just going to turn this back to standard so that it will shut that drain off. And then you're just going to repeat the process. You're going to put water in here until it fills up past the close, run it for another 12 minutes. You're going to come back and drain it again, and then you'll be ready to put them in the spin dryer. So let's go ahead and get them rinsed. Alright, so we just finished running our rinse cycle. We've got the rinse water drained out now. So now what we're going to do is move the clothes from the wash bin over to the spin dryer. So we're going to come in here, we're going to leave our knob set to drain. Alright, so now have to take our little insert out. Now typically, if there's a downside to this, it's the fact that you can only dry about half of what you can wash. We split the drying load into two separate loads. So we take about half the clothes out, put them in the spin dryer, run it, remove those, and then dry the second half. And the problem is if you get too many clothes in there, this thing will really start to shake and get out of balance. So once we get the clothes in there, we take this insert, and you're just going to set that down on top. That just kind of helps keep the clothes from moving around and getting out of balance. Shut that. And it's amazing how fast this thing will spin the water out. So I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes, and then you'll see instantly it's going to vibrate a little bit, and then it levels off, spins super smooth and quiet, and look at the amount of water this thing will kick out. So there you go. I mean, it's spinning right now. You can see that it spins the water out very, very well. So it's running right now. It's nice and quiet. So we're going to get this done, and then we'll pull them out and show you just how much water this thing gets out of your clothes. Alright, we got those all spun out. And now, I mean, this shirt is, I mean, there's no water left in it. It's damp. It's just a little bit damp. So, you know, a light fabric like this actually will dry hanging up in just a matter of a couple hours. So, the way we hang them up, we installed this shower rod up here so we can take it down when it's not in use. When it's time to do laundry, put the shower rod up here, we'll hang the clothes on it, and that's how we handle our laundry. So, you know, is it the most ideal thing to deal with? I mean, it's not as ideal as having a nice big washer and dryer and getting it all done at one time, but is it better than spending time at a laundromat, spending money at a laundromat? You know, at least this way you can do it in the comfort of your home. You're not having to run out and run back and forth and wonder who used that washing machine and that dryer before you put your clothes in there. Alright, I hope you guys found this informative, and you know, the bottom line is don't let the fact that your RV might not have every amenity that you want. The perfect unit probably doesn't exist. We looked at numerous fifth wheels, and everything, it had everything we wanted except this, or everything we wanted except that. So find what's going to fit 99% of your needs, and you know, there's options out there. There's always a way to get things done. You know, if you do a little bit of research, put your mind to it, and figure something out. So thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you next time.